Datuk Seri Najib Razak's 1MDB trial involving 2.28 billion ringgit will finally start on May 14th after it had to make way for the SRC International case, which commenced on Wednesday. The KL High Court fixed 14 days of hearing after ruling that there will be no more case management. Deputy Public Prosecutor Ahmad Akram Gari told the court today that the prosecution has no further documents to hand over to the defence. He also informed the court that the prosecution will serve the witness statements to the defence by April 30th. Appointed prosecutor Datuk Seri Gopal Sri Ram had previously told the court that the prosecution will be calling 57 witnesses in the 1MDB case. Meanwhile, the Federal Court says it will decide on 4 appeals related to the ex-PM's 7 charges involving 42 million ringgit from SRC International next Wednesday. Najib is appealing for a preemptive gag order on the media and the people to restrain them from discussing or commenting on the case. He wants more witness statements and documents from the prosecution. And finally, he is also appealing to oppose the Attorney General's move to withdraw a certificate transferring the 7 charges from the KL Sessions Court to the KL High Court. Meanwhile, the prosecution is appealing against the Court of Appeal's decision last month to allow Najib's defence team to view senior lawyer Datuk Sulaiman Abdullah's letter of appointment as an ad hoc prosecutor. Tabung Haji announced a dividend of 1.25% for 2018, the lowest rate ever in the Pilgrims Fund Board's history. It will be paying out 913 million ringgit in total to depositors. Last year, it declared a dividend of 6.25%. Minister in the PM's department, Dr. Mujahid Yusof Rawat, blamed the low payout on mismanagement by the previous BN administration, who paid high dividends despite TH's growing deficit. According to Mujahid, TH recorded an asset surplus of 1 billion ringgit for FY18 versus a deficit of 4.1 billion ringgit in FY17. It recorded total assets of 76.5 billion ringgit, higher than the total liabilities of 75.5 billion ringgit. For comparison, as at December 31, 2017, TH's accounts showed total assets of 70.3 billion ringgit, with total liabilities amounting to 74.4 billion ringgit. PM Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad says that Lynas may continue to operate locally if the Australian miner decontaminates its raw materials before sending them to its refinery in Malaysia. Mahathir says this would ensure that the waste produced is not dangerous to anyone. It's either that or Lynas ships back its waste to Australia. The decision was made during today's cabinet meeting. The PM adds that Malaysia has opened up the rare earths processing business to other firms, including companies willing to buy up Lynas. He says these companies have promised to clean up the raw materials at the source country first, although he did not reveal who these companies were. Last week, Lynas rejected a $1.1 billion takeover offer from Australian conglomerate Wesfarmers, though Wesfarmers said they remain keen on the talks. Entrepreneur Development Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Redsuan Muhammad Yusof and Energy, Science, Technology, Environment and Climate Change Minister Yeo Bee Yin have been at odds over whether to compel Lynas to ship its waste out of Malaysia. SCOMI Group was the most actively traded stock on the bourse today by a mile, closing 69.23%, up at 11 cent, with over 211 million shares traded. This puts its market cap at 105.6 million ringgit. During the course of the day, the counter had spiked by more than 84% to trade around 12 cent, before coming down slightly on mild profit-taking. The positive bounce was following SCOMI's settlement with Prasarana Malaysia yesterday. To recap, the two parties had previously been locked in a legal battle over the termination of the KL monorail expansion project in 2016. Both had agreed to amicably end their legal tussle after they had signed a new 303 million ringgit contract that involves Prasarana buying 7 new 4-car train sets for the KL monorail line and SCOMI repairing 5 sets of 4-car trains that had stopped operating since January last year. Malaysian Rating Corp believes that a cut in the overnight policy rate is unlikely to stoke significant domestic financial market volatility. Citing Bank Negara Malaysia's recent March Monetary Policy Committee statement, Mark says it provides the clearest signal that the central bank is preparing the market for a slight downward adjustment in the OPR. The ratings agency says the timing for an OPR cut, if it happens in the near term, could not have been better. This is because the ringgit has strengthened and the US has signalled that it's holding its rates steady. Meanwhile, Mark also notes that concerns over financial market volatility have not faded. Hence, it says the ringgit's volatility may persist.